Hello everyone, welcome to Phoenix. I'm Reaper Steve, and we're going to be jumping straight in with a quick chat with a few of the guys that are going to be casting over the weekend for the three sort of biggest tournaments. We're going to start off with Valorant, because why not? So we're going to get John P up first. John, you should be here somewhere, hopefully. There he is.
Hello, hi. How are you?
Hi John, how are you?
I'm good. Am I going to take a seat in this lovely, noble chair?
This lovely noble chair.
From Overclockers.
Did you put your Apple up on stage as well for teacher, or?
Pardon?
Your Apple for teacher, like?
My Apple?
Is that like a Welsh thing?
Maybe.
Like, we'll talk after. It's fine.
I mean, to be fair, I'm like a quarter Welsh, so I should probably know it. If so,
yeah. let's do this in Cymraeg then.
Yeah,
no, let's not do that.
I can't speak it.
Valorant, mate. Talk me through it, because
Yes.
like there's quite a few teams this weekend.
Yeah, I think there's nearly 20 or sign up.
Yeah.
So I think like that. Which, you know, obviously for an event in the UK with, you know, I mean, I know officially, technically, COVID is no longer a thing, but obviously a lot of people are still wary about the whole pandemic that has gone on. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
And
Yeah. I mean, I would say, you know, Valorant is a scene as well that is quite heavily European based as well. So not a lot of, you know, teams might be able to travel here, for example. I know there's a few, you know, international and foreign players that have come across to play, but yeah, I mean, 20 teams, I don't think you can really complain, you know?
No, exactly. It should be a good weekend of it as well. I mean, I know there's a few different teams that, like you've mentioned backstage, that are quite highlight teams you're kind of looking forward to.
Yeah.
Run me through them, because...
Yeah, well, I mean, I've actually just seen the groups come out on the EPIC website, and it doesn't surprise me. You see Vex Gaming, who are, of course, the current running Valorant champions for EPIC. They won back at 34. I had the chance and the privilege of casting that here as well, and it was a great game. Since then, though, they've made 2 roster changes. 2 of their players have actually signed to a different organisation. They picked up 2 players, and they're still looking okay. They're not looking, I don't think, as good as they used to. But one team that I'm really interested to see, and I've been quite impressed with lately, is the Goose House. You know, I feel like over the past 6 to 8 months, they sort of branched out, and I don't want to say branched away from being a community-driven, you know, sort of Discord server and organisation, but they've actually got, you know, an actual pathway of an actual esports organisation now, and you know their team they've played quite well in VRL. I mean, I had the chance to speak to, I think it was one of the coaches or analysts, and they're a little bit disappointed that they didn't get through to the next stage of the playoffs, when they said they beat a lot of the teams that they played and lost against in practice quite easily, and they took maps off them in the actual competition as well. So definitely look forward to those two. There are a lot of mixes though as well that have got some very good teams.
We've seen that across the board as well, like the other esports side of things. A lot of mixed teams coming together, and like Twitter's been like I follow quite a lot of CS people on Twitter, obviously. But you probably do the same with Valorant. There's been a lot of like looking for group. I'm looking for a team to play at. Like all over Twitter.
Like literally right up till like last night. I actually tagged one of my buddies, Flame, who's like a former UK CS player as well. In a tweet I saw I think it was Clan, or someone was looking for a team, and I was like, wait, Flame, are you not going? He was like, yeah, okay. So I literally picked Flame up this morning at like 1 p.m. and shoved his PC into my car, because now he's playing at the event. So
I saw his message yesterday on the Discord, like going, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, how do I do this?
But yeah, the mixes, there are a lot of good mixes. There are some mixes that have got, you know, quite high tier 2 experience, and some, you know, top 500, top 200 Radiant-based players. Obviously, we're no ranked and competitive for 2 different game stories, but I think it's going to be an interesting affair. But 2 teams you can look out for is definitely the Goose House and definitely Vexed in particular.
Cool. I mean, there's a lot to look forward to. What channel is it on, to remind the viewers at home?
I think it's on EPIC.LAN 2, if I'm correct. I think it is.
Yes, it's still on top. So
For now, anyway. For now, yeah. I say that. I say it's not on top, to be fair. But I've actually casted more CS this year than I have Valorant, to be fair.
I didn't want to bring it up, to be honest. I didn't know if it was a sore subject or not. Like, but I've seen you doing quite a fair bit of CS.
I think I'm actually jumping on the mic for some CS this weekend as well, because I think a couple of the casters have took an ill or something like that. So. If I call it a spike instead of a bomb, I apologize.
Well, I mean, you got like the Gunsdale down, operator, or it's the same thing, really. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it this weekend. I mean, like my epics are normally spent, like production will probably tell you the same thing. I'm spent backstage and then like running onto stage, or like running to do something else. Whereas this LAN, because we've got a bit more of a condensed schedule, I can actually watch some of the games. And,
for sure.
You know, like I can analyze some of the games in some ways as well backstage. So I'm hopefully going to be a bit more active on Twitter this time around and talking about the games.
Farm the impressions, try and get notifications popping.
So Valorant is definitely one I'm going to be looking out for. And you've got a fan in the crowd.
I've got fans, number 1 fans.
Big fan.
We got the best looking host in the game and the best pickup in the game. Right there. Yeah. I said to Flame, if he doesn't drop 30 frags every map, he's walking home.
Yeah, definitely.
Back to London.
Carrying his computer in one arm, suitcase on the other. Yeah, I like that. I like that style.
But I'm excited for it. It's going to be a great event. I already think it is. And I feel like we need more UK events in the UK, honestly, for Valorant.
It's more opportunity for players. I mean, like you talk about the mixed teams. It's more opportunity for mixed teams to actually become a team rather than a mix.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. I think we always see at least throughout one event, okay, if it's a mix, for example, or if someone's getting a last minute pickup where that player might pop off, and then they might have played against a team, for example, that are looking to make a roster change, and then from there, that career path starts to develop quite easily. We saw it literally, last Epic with Vexed.
Yeah.
I remember I was having a chat with King Haas, who used to be their IGL. He's now actually their head coach and analyst, as he's taken a bit of a reserved step back from the team. And I said, your biggest thing and your hardest thing to do is you're going to really struggle to keep hold of Lear, because he was, I would probably say, top sort of 5 jet player in the UK, if not higher. He was a very, very talented individual player. And literally 2 weeks later, he got signed to a T1 organization. So
it is as quick as that.
It really is.
It's as quick as that in Valorant because of how quickly the scene is growing more than anything. You don't see it that often in like CS, for example, unless you've really grinded. So it's nice to see it from like an up and coming. It's not really up and coming when you think about it because of how long it's been out. But
I mean, it's only, to be fair though, it's only a year and a half old. True. Like it's still a young esport. I mean, CS has been around the block for decades nearly, right? And I mean, it's one of those things.
I'd rather not feel really old before I go like back to the hotel after. But no, thank you very much for jumping up and having a chat with me about Valorant. Obviously, I know a little bit, but not a massive amount because I do other things.
You play the easier game out
there. The dead game, as everyone refers to it as.
I can't say that. Like, they were his words, not mine, all right? Tournament organisers, I've got a lot of events coming up, all right?
Yesterday, right, with the Discord.
Yeah.
Tickets and all that kind of stuff getting sorted out. And I just replied back going, I hope you enjoyed playing your dead game at LAN. And he just, like, unhappy face, didn't reply back. So I think I've upset him.
Yeah, probably.
So you're going to have to, we'll have a chat after.
I'm the worst at it as well. I'm my own worst nightmare about trash talking games. I really am.
Yeah.
I have my own social media manager down there who's like, John, delete that tweet. Delete that tweet right now. You've got a major in 2 weeks or something like that.
I have that with Jammer. Jammer goes you just tweeted something. Please just delete it. And I'm like, why? And he's like, just delete it and we'll talk about it after. And then we'll sit down to like record it or whatever. Or
I think especially in the world as well, where you have so many people out there that might be obsessed with you, for example, or some stalkerish fan behavior. But I mean, I guess. It is what it is, but I'm excited for the weekend. Nevertheless, it's going to be great, and I'm looking forward to not only casting Valorant, but hopefully jumping on a bit of CS as well.
Definitely. Well, I don't know if I'm going to be casting CS because of everything.
I need to see you on the finals again. You casted finals last year. Last time, right?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I've not got my life mate, my partner with me this time around. He's working, unfortunately, so he couldn't come. But hopefully next time. But hopefully I might get on the finals.
Get on the mic. If not, why not? Well, listen, we'll make a deal. I'll cast the Valorant finals first, and then whoever's casting the CS finals, we'll kick them off stage, and we'll do the CS casters together.
Yeah, that works for me. Definitely.
Sounds like a plan to me.
But thank you very much, mate.
No worries.
Take it easy.
Appreciate
I'll see you in a little bit.
See you in a bit. I love you all. Thanks, Mum. Always been Moge's fan. Love you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Shout out to Noble Ches. Use code John P at the checkout, please. Thank you. Bye.
Just John P about to drop his mixtape as he walks off stage as well. Why not? Give him a shout out, all that kind of stuff. Next up, we're going to go into Counter-Strike, something I'm a bit more familiar with, of course. So we're going to get one of the newest casters for EPIC.LAN. Not new caster by any stretch of the imagination. There he is, the man himself.
Hello.
Hello.
How are we?
Oh, well, get in there, sort of. Trying to
We've got to be better than getting there. Surely it's Thursday of EPIC.LAN.
I've told everyone this so far, and I think people are starting to get bored. They are definitely backstage. I left Swansea at 1 o'clock this afternoon, and I got here 25 minutes before we went and did the opening ceremony.
Right.
And it's a 3-hour drive.
One head of a drive.
But it took 5 hours because of congestion, accidents, anything. Act of God. Everything went wrong that could go wrong.
I don't know what it is with the roads today. I've seen so many, even CS players, so many people stuck in traffic on the way here. It's crazy.
Chaos. Absolute chaos.
And it's not even a Friday evening.
No,
it's a Thursday.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't make any sense. I normally come up on the Wednesday before and I stay overnight in a hotel in the centre of Kettering, which we're not going to name out loud because people know where it is. Yeah. And it's not really the nicest of places, in fairness.
Oh, I think I've heard about this one.
You've heard of this one, yeah, exactly. But no, that aside, we're here to talk about CS. I know 8 o'clock, the group stages were announced.
They were.
And they were announced.
What a draw we had as well.
Yeah, 4 group stages, and
so yeah, 4
some
groups.
Big hitting teams in like all of the group stages.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like this tournament at EPIC.LAN for CS is, in my opinion, the most stacked tournament that EPIC.LAN's ever had.
Yeah.
Honestly, obviously we had 3 pots containing 4 teams, and I think any of those 12 teams can win this tournament.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And I think that probably comes down to the fact that the ex-Coalescence roster, who are 4-time champions of this tournament, couldn't make it this time.
Yeah.
So now it's someone else's turn to step up to the plate.
I don't want to, I very rarely, name teams when I'm doing this, but, EKO are definitely, they've got to be up there, haven't they, in fairness. And you look at, Phoenix Rise as well, there's a few different teams out there that you look at and you go, they've got a really good roster.
For sure. On paper, I think ECO have to be considered favourite, just because, they are playing at the highest level out of any other team in this tournament in regards to ESEA. They're playing in advanced, so playing against some top EU teams. So if you think about that, with them coming into this tournament, they've had a lot of practice in the last probably 3 weeks or so. And when you're playing in those divisions as well, you're getting scrims in against some top EU teams. So.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to look at Twitter for that, and you see players who are playing in advance, tweeting, going I can't believe I killed this guy. Do you know what I mean? I can't believe I did this to this person. I was scrolling through the other day and I saw 4 or 5 videos back to back of it. So it's nice to see, obviously, the UKCS coming out on top and on the rise kind of through it.
Yeah, and we see with Fnatic as well, obviously, a pretty heavy UK roster. Obviously, Smooya, it's a shame to see. You hate to see it. It's one of those. It is what it is. I'm not going to dive into too much into the Smooya situation, but I think everyone in the UK can really sympathise with him.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to EPIC.LAN 35 and just talking about a few teams like Eco's group. I believe they've got Havoc in the group. Don't quote me on it, but Havoc, I could just say right now, they actually play, before I came on stage, they were playing an ESEA game, and they're against a Vanguard, who are ranked, I think, 50th in the world right now, 55th.
55th.
And they're
between 50 and 60, somewhere in the middle.
And they were tied 16-all. So they're coming into this tournament hot as well.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, like I was saying, those top 12 teams that were seeded in this tournament, any of them can win. And with the fact that tomorrow is a best-of-1 format, any of those teams, even in the Eco group, they can win a best-of-1.
Yeah.
All it takes is for you to have really good, 16 decent rounds, and you can beat them. And you haven't got to beat them in a best-of-3 format. No. It's a best-of-1. And if they come out of the block slow tomorrow, you're laughing. You beat them. You've suddenly got the confidence on your side, and it can work in your favour having a team like that in your group. There are a lot of stories in all the groups. I think Group C, the top 2 teams in that group, Lucent and the Drip Men.
Yep.
They played against each other, I think, a week and a half ago for qualifiers for ESL Prem. And the Drip Men came out on top 2-1. A very, very close game. Decided on Ancient. And but again, it's one of those. That's a matchup that we're going to get. You don't know what way it's going to go. And especially the best-of-1 format, it could really just come down to whatever team gets the best sleep tonight and comes out hot tomorrow.
Genuinely, the same thing I say every single Phoenix show now is you'd expect players to be going hotel early tonight, get a good night's sleep in, get up early tomorrow morning, go breakfast, sort yourself out,
for sure.
Get off on the right foot kind of thing.
I think it's about finding a balance as well. Yeah. You don't want to go to sleep too early because you also want to do a little bit of research on, the teams that you've been seeded with. Get a bit of late night, not too late obviously, but some late VODs. Get some late VODs in. Just get a quick look at, a lot of the teams anyway are going to be familiar with each other, with the rosters. A lot of them play pugs on Faceit and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're going to know each other, and they're going to know what map pools are like. But in terms of defaults and stuff like that, now's your time to prepare yourself. You got a couple hours, get to bed. You're up for an early start. Get a good bit of Weetabix or something down you to get yourself going early on. And you've just got to come out the blocks at 10 o'clock tomorrow, 10 a.m. Just firing. You can't afford to slip early.
No.
Because I think a lot of LAN and a lot of the LAN environment comes down to like how much experience you've had as well.
Yeah.
It's all good playing online. You know, you could be a monster online.
Yeah.
I mean, you even see it with the top pros in the game now. They could be absolute monsters in online tournaments.
And there's a slip.
Then when it comes to LAN,
lapse of concentration because you're in a room in an environment with people watching you physically there. Yeah.
And for sure, and obviously it comes down to, you know, it is a tense environment. You know, if they're playing on this stage, you know, they can see their opponents right to the left of them when a big play's being done. Players are getting up and screaming there, letting you know that you have just been absolutely stomped on. So it's going to be interesting to see the newer players to LAN, see if they can adapt to that environment. Obviously, it's easier said than done for sure.
I mean, I say it to all the open teams that we do stuff with, and I'm like, you should go to an EPIC.LAN, or you should do LAN to get the experience of doing it. And some of the players came to last LAN for some of the teams I've covered over the last like 6 to 8 months. And you get like messages off them afterward going like, oh my God, it's completely different. Mm-hmm. Like, having the knowledge that if I've done something good, I can shout and whatever. And like, when my dad, I'm going to kick off downstairs because I'm screaming. But also when something happens to me, I can hear that player over there like kicking right off. And, it's a great atmosphere to be within. I'm a bit sad in a way as well because like we're not doing breakfast and chills this time round. And normally I'm like first breakfast and chill on the Friday morning. Mm-hmm. Obviously, all the big games are starting on that first morning, that Friday morning. And I'll be up here playing like, I don't know, some Stickmen, for example, game. And that's all you hear is like screaming in the background.
I don't know if you heard the screaming early on. A lot of teams actually, they couldn't get their ESCA games rescheduled. Like I said, Havoc earlier, we were playing a Vanguard, which is like an insane game to be starting on your weekend. You get like beat 16-4 or something. Your weekend's not got off to a good start.
Good one,
So a lot of teams are actually getting in their ESCA games right now. I think most of them have got all the games rescheduled for the rest of the week. But I mean, you could say instead of scrimming, it's a good bit of practice to have anyway, but yeah, I mean, it's a long weekend ahead. Can't burn yourselves out on the Friday. This is a 3-day event. Mm-hmm. You can have an amazing day 1, come back day 2, and just not be the same.
No.
It's a marathon, not a sprint, as cliche as it is.
No, but it's a fact. That is what it is at the end of the day. I'm interested in seeing a couple of the games. I mentioned to John earlier on when he was up that this is like the first time I'm actually going to be able to sit down and watch a few of them as well when I'm not either doing stuff here or like casting with you potentially. And it's going to be kind of nice to see how storylines develop. Yeah. Like last time we did the grand finals and, Drama, the guy I was casting with, he was able to watch all of them. So he had the storylines built up. So it's nice then being able to look back at it and go like, okay, well, this is why this materialized in the way that it did. So it's going to be a busy weekend, but it's going to be an epic weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
I love doing that. Every chance I get the opportunity to do it, and I can almost hear like everyone cringing, going like, really, bro, come on, like sort your life out. Yeah. But no, thank you very much for joining me. I do appreciate it, mate.
Thanks for having me.
Hopefully we'll get a chance to like have a proper chat and to work together this weekend. Yeah. But you're welcome to.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Have a nice weekend, everyone.
Thank you very much. We do have one final guest for Phoenix. I know record time as usual. We're going to be fetching up the one and only Wok. Wok should be coming up any second now, hopefully. Maybe. There he is. Here we go. Hello, Wok. How are you doing?
Oi, pal. Doing good. How are you doing, mate?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Where do we begin?
I mean, I don't know. Where do you want to start,
pal? Okay, this is last LAN for you as StarCraft, at least, anyway.
Yeah, as a StarCraft participant.
Participant, yeah. I mean, how end of an era, would you say, or?
I suppose so, right? I don't even know when my first LAN was, EPIC.LAN, but 2017, 2018, so
okay.
Some good years.
A couple of years back, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, it's going to be a bittersweet one. But hopefully I can still be around in the future if they do Halo tournaments, as I said.
I know that's something you've been mentioning. Hopefully that is something that will materialise. I'm kind of eager for it as well. I think it's, we were literally saying backstage like 10 minutes ago, more or less, when we, first UK one, and it would be nice to have it here kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Anything you're looking forward to over the weekend?
I mean, just firstly, meeting up with the community, obviously, seeing everyone's faces again is always a good thing to do. And we were also seeing more other non-UK people coming over. So we have Spacey Maisie returning again, who's only reached second place.
Yeah.
And then we have Iger coming from Ireland as well. So he's always been a hopeful for them. And Ross from Scotland as well. He's a bit more underdog kind of thing.
Technically international.
Yeah, technically international, yeah, when it comes to, when we're not focusing on England as the main region, pretty much. And obviously the throne's sort of open here.
Yeah.
So Raza technically is the throne defender because he's the one that has won one event when Risky wasn't here again. So Raza's looking to take up the second place.
Yeah.
His second LAN again.
Second LAN,
Yeah. With the throne being open and all.
So catching up with friends, playing StarCraft.
Definitely.
Chilling out, maybe.
Pretty much. I mean, I've been playing in the tournament.
I know.
To be fair, I'm rusty. I might have been playing a bit of Halo.
I was going to say, like, you're obviously torn between the two at the moment, so I'd imagine you're going to be probably going back after we finish here and playing a couple of games of StarCraft, kind of get a few under your belt and figure out what you're going to be doing for the weekend.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, I hope I see you in the finals, obviously.
Thank you.
Touch wood. I'll do that.
Cheers.
It should be a good weekend at least anyway. I know it's, as you said, it's a bit of an end of an era for yourself in the sense of StarCraft, but hopefully you'll be coming back for other things, the community side of things as well, of course. But yeah, I mean, your games start tonight? No, tomorrow.
Tomorrow, 11.
11.
Yeah.
You've got to lay in. All the other esports guys, it's 10 a.m. start.
10 a.m. is it? I mean, to be fair, I'll need to check with the admin again. But the page said 11 a.m.
He's like, you're already out late. You're an hour late. What's going on here?
We'll see.
Yeah, good, man. Thank you very much for jumping up. I appreciate it. I know we, last minute, asked you to jump up and have a chat about StarCraft.
That's fine. Yeah.
I'm kind of glad we did, to be honest with you, because it's nice to, wave you off, but also to welcome you back, if that makes sense.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Obviously, it's going to be good to see everyone again. And then, just a sweet little goodbye to everyone. That's all.
Any matches you're looking... I know you're taking part, but any matches you're, kind of looking forward to watching?
I mean,
potentially come about.
The Raza versus Spacey show rematch, if they ever again, because obviously they'll be within the top 3 seed. Raza will be... I haven't checked the seedings, but I assume Raza would be seed 1.
Quite up there, like in the top
going
3.
from previous LAN placements.
Yeah.
So looking at the sort of the top 3 between him, Spacey, and maybe Iger or Zane will be within the top 4 as well. So we'll see how it goes for there. And then the Code A will be interesting. In terms of the Constellation tournament for those who don't make out of groups for day 1. Me.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I mean, you say that. You don't know yet,
We'll see.
I mean, games on your belt tonight. Tomorrow morning, wake up, big breakfast, sort yourself out, you'll be fine.
There's the always with the everyone's watching Mars Bar. He's back in again. He's the American underdog. Likes to make big upsets. So we'll see how he.
StarCraft always has that kind of vibe as well, where you'll know because you're in the community, but the StarCraft community is amazing, but also the banter is unbelievable as well. Yeah,
well, to be fair, CS:GO and Valorant, those guys do trash talk a lot.
When I say banter, I don't mean in the sense of I don't want to use the toxic word, but
the T word.
The T word. You guys have that kind of banter where it's it's fun, and then you all have a laugh afterwards and you go for a pint.
Oh yeah.
You're all chilled out kind of thing.
Yeah, we'll chat with anyone in the tournament. So yeah, we'll all get along. I think it's helpful that it's a 1v1 game, so then it's not the us versus Venn dynamic as much.
Yeah, exactly. And you haven't got the pressure of having a potential second or third person with you that may not have the best leap or may not have the best show on LAN kind of thing. So yeah, it is. There's probably a lot of pressure goes all on you, but it's a good pressure in a way because you can only play as best as you can play. Yeah,
definitely.
Well, thank you very much for jumping up, mate. I do appreciate it.
No worries,
I hope you enjoy your weekend, regardless.
Yeah, it's been good.
You're going to win the finals. I'm backing you now. That's.
I mean, you may as well put all your money on it.
I probably wouldn't do that, but
Oh, you sure?
I'll chuck a couple of quid into it. I'll tell you what. If you get through to the finals, I will donate 50 quid to Special Effects. If you don't, I'll still donate 50 quid to Special Effects. There we go. Either way, Special Effects win regardless, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I'll take your word for it.
Thank you very much, man. Take it easy.
Worries, mate. Yeah,
you can vacate the stage.
Yes, thank you.
Hopefully be back at some point anyway on you, right?
See you guys soon, yeah.
Well, thank you very much, everyone, for jumping in to watch the Phoenix show. I hope you all enjoyed. Got a little bit of like a sneak peek of what's happening over the space of the weekend, and an idea of what you're to expect over the weekend. I think it's probably the better way of looking at it. I believe all the group stuff is up on the website now, so you can go and have a look at the group stages, so you can kind of see where the teams have been placed within their own groups for Valorant and also CS. And I think the seeds will probably be up there at this point. Don't quote me on that, of course, and Gump's probably going to kill me because it's probably not, but whatever anyway. Thank you very much for joining me. We'll be back tomorrow, and we'll be back with some shows all the way throughout the day. I hope you all enjoy, and have a great evening. Goodbye.
Hello, Overclockers. Welcome. Oh, screw this. Where's EPIC when you need him?
If you seek greatness, let nothing stand between you and the win. Zero distraction. Zero doubt. Zero opposition.
Before school's gotta get one.